this is now your second season here at Manchester United. How much more settled do you feel as this club's manager now compared to this point of last season?
When you first come in, you have to learn to know what the club is, what the people are, and so you don't have so much background. Now you have much more background, and then you feel settled in, and then you can make next step, especially when you construct a foundation as we did last season.
Does it make you a better manager having that knowledge now than you were at this point last year, to know all the details about your players, about the club, about the league, the country, everything?
It doesn't make you a better manager, because last year you just don't know, and on a certain point you have to step in. But I think so. In the moment you get appointed, and there was also one of the questions: where are you from knowledge from Premier League football? I think when you say it in a note, it's like a 4 or 5. But in the moment we started the league, I was on a 7.5 or an 8, because you're putting their effort in to know everything, and so gathering all the information. I do it by many things, like the video, but also therefore you have your staff, your coaches, who are telling you a lot. So you get a lot of information, and now of course you know a lot more when you are 1 year around.
Does that make you more confident then, heading into this season, than last year?
No, last year I was also confident, but it's obviously we are now in a better position as we constructed last season. I think a strong foundation, and especially for me is always the most important, the way of play. And you have to convince your players the way you do it, but once you have that, once you have put that philosophy in, then you can go in more and more in detail, and detail that makes a difference.
How much has the club and the tradition of the club, I was interested in some of the things that you said on the pre-season tour about the way that Manchester United have played in the past, the expectation of the fans. How much does that influence your vision for what your United is going to look like?
No, it's a part of it, and that you see. So what do the fans expect from your team, and go in that historical prospect, but definitely one of the things what's most important is what are your players like, and always your players, they dictate how you have to play, and you can't put your own vision only on players when they are not capable of doing that vision.
So does that mean that your vision of Manchester United has changed at all from when you first arrived to now?
No, because as I said, when I was appointed, and I know like 4.5, but once you're coming in, you go into the team, you go in the individual players, and you make analysis of their competences, what they are capable of doing, and from there on you are building your way of play.
You said on the tour as well about it being far too early to talk about winning the title or this season or anything like that, and that actually the majority of clubs in the league, other than maybe City because of their record, should target the top 4 and getting back into the Champions League. I appreciate the answer to this is really winning matches, but what do you need to see from your side to convince you that they are ready to compete for a Premier League title?
But I think it's about we are capable of winning every game, because we show in last season. But now, if you want to compete for trophies, you have to do it on a consistently basis. So in every game, and there you see we still have a way to go, and that is a matter of mentality. There's also a matter of improving in detail the way of play, and it's improving the players and improving the squad. So there are some areas where we needed the improvement, and we worked on it, but still that process is never finished. But still we want to win every game, and we have to do it more on a consistently base. I'm responsible to get that in, so I have to convince the players to influence their behavior in certain moments, that they they respond better in such moments, so we are more consistent.
I don't know how thorough you are and how much you look into detail. So are there fundamental things as well that you need to see on a day-to-day basis here, an hour-to-hour basis even around the club that means you can get to that level?
Yeah, we looked in such details. We looked in the data where we have to improve, and from there on, you bring your tools in to influence that in a positive way.
Let's talk about Bruno Fernandes. He's now your captain. What was it about him that made him the choice to be the Manchester United captain full time?
Yeah, but he's the one who is leading by example, always giving his best, always performance on his maximum. He always tries to express a better version from himself day by day and game by game, and he's bringing so much energy to the team. It looked like for a long period last season he never get fatigue, and I think that's what you want to see. And then also he bringing other skills, like he can kick a ball, and he is an example that in a brilliant way. But he is also very intelligent, so he can also be the translator from the manager to the team.
Do you use him tactically in that sense?
Absolutely, because he understands football. He understands how we want to play, and he can transfer that to the players on the pitch, because when you are on the sideline you don't have so much influence more, but the players on the other hand on the pitch have a lot of influence.
And how aligned do you feel with Bruno about him delivering your vision on the pitch?
Oh, I'm really convinced of that. But it's not only Bruno. We have also others who can express that, like Casemiro and Varane and Martinez. So we have many players who are leaders and who can fill that role in very good.
Have you seen any difference in him since he's been full-time captain, Bruno? Is he different around the training ground or in the way he behaves or anything like that?
No, absolutely not. I think that is also, that's why he's captain, because he has a very good personality. He's a character, and he wants to contribute on his way to the team, and he doesn't change when the role is changed, because he's now officially captain. Last year, for the most of the games also, he was wearing the band.
And does he drive standards every day on these training pitches, Bruno, as well? Is he that type of leader for you?
I just expressed. He is giving every day his best, and so he is acting according to the highest standards every day.
Where can he improve?
Bruno. Oh, I think every player always can improve, and also Bruno. And so one of his great skills is his emotion, and football needs emotion. If you want to perform, you need that emotion in the game for winning games. And top football is only about winning games, but in some moments you have to be aware of it, you have to control it, and also to keep the strategy in the game and thinking strategical. And there definitely can make a step, but I think last year already he was on the way to make a big step in that prospect.
It's just getting older as well, isn't it? And more experience. That comes with time too, doesn't it? Also,
but first you have to be in that position, and then I think things can speeding up. And he's improving in that role, but it's only a role because most of all he has to contribute on the pitch in his positioning, and what we expect from him there is that he is magnificent good in pressing, counter pressing, attacking transitions, and what we expect from him in that final part of the game, that he is decisive and in decisions, and he has the key actions, the assists and the goals.
Casemiro, another player, a lot of these things you're saying about Bruno, he has an abundance as well, but what unique qualities do you think Casemiro brings to your Manchester United side?
He's bringing the balance between attacking and defending, and so always in the right position. And he is a leader by is connecting the offense and the defense, and he can do both. He's bringing the ball forwards. He knows that his timings are magnificent good, but also in defending, anticipation, ball reclaiming, dueling, so kinds of stuff he's very good at, and he's performing that on the highest level, I would say, across the world.
And in his personality as well, and his mentality, what does he bring that's unique to this team, in your opinion, as well? Winning
attitude, always calm, doesn't lose his temper. He always think team, always positive, supporting players, and bringing high standards in the game.
And for you, how much of a privilege is it to work with someone like Casemiro, who's achieved what he's achieved in football, to be able to coach someone like that on a day-to-day basis? How does that make you feel?
It's great. He is great personality to work with. So humble, so kind, but always bringing quality. He's always bringing the highest quality in every training session. Always be ready for games, and that is a privilege to work with such players.
And just going back to when you picked Casemiro to come to Manchester United, what convinced you from what you'd seen that he was going to be the right sort of player for your side? Was there something in your mind that's clear on that?
I think from technical perspective, I think everyone sees. I think I don't have to convince anyone by expressing how I see that. That's quite clear. But his statement that after he's winning everything at Real Madrid, he wants another challenge, and he wants to show it, to do it again in another league and in another big club. And then you see he is so hungry, and such players, that is what you need. That is the mentality you need. Hungry players who wants to win and do everything, put that in to win games and to win trophies.
And was his influence, his impact on the team almost immediate? I mean, I remember covering the game at Leicester, which was one of his first appearances, I think, and he came on as a sub. And straight away, everyone was looking to Casemiro. Everyone was giving him the ball, trusting him with the ball to see the game out, to lead United through to the victory. Was that almost immediate from when he first stepped into the club for you?
Yeah, but I think across the years, you're building that authority. And when you win 5 Champions Leagues and other titles, then it's normally, that is, I think, that are the laws for football. That the players, they know what he has won, and then it's logical. You trusting him to give him the ball because you know he will do something good with it.
Thank you, Erik.
You're welcome.
Good luck.
Okay.
Thank you very much.